And what's going on, everybody? Crispy-the-Merc here, and I'm going to be bringing you Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, the HD edition. That's correct. Now, I've tried starting, I played through this game probably about 3 or 4 times now, and I've always stopped because I got really bored of it. But I am going to try and commit this time. And, I've never been happy with my quality. I'm very, I guess I got like some sort of OCD or something, but, I don't like the quality that I get in my videos sometimes. I'm never happy about it. The captions on, real-time cutscenes, full screen, Okay, everything seems about right. So we're gonna go right ahead and start ourselves a new game, and we're gonna play MGS for the first time. Now we're gonna play on easy difficulty. Because, I'm just playing this game casually here, and I really don't want to put that much effort into it, and I mostly just want to get the story out there and, just progress through the story and enjoy it.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called
I'm gonna up the volume on my side here because I can barely hear it. I can find the volume control on my TV. There you go. If you get any feedback from the TV, that's gonna suck. Actually, let me turn it down a notch again then. Just a notch, there you go.
Over
1964.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
You know, every time I play this game, I really just admire how crisp these graphics are. I know they're all rendered in HD and all that now, but they just essentially upscaled the original game to HD resolution. So this here is essentially what the game looked like on PS2, just a little cleaner.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
This pussy. He ain't telling me to do shit. I ain't putting on my mask. Fuck you.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
I'm the penny waste. You guy don't even have any idea.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf? He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Oh, my controller vibrated there. Sexy. Now, I have a plan here, folks, on how I'm going to get this all done. Finally. I'm actually going to record my entire playthrough first before I start uploading any of the videos. So, if you're watching this, then that means I actually did finish the game. For once. Doom. I believe the only MGS games I've never played are Peace Walker, which I heard was fabulous. I really need to do that. Man, I sound so gay. Like, fabulous. Anyway, I really need to play that game. And I also never played the Portable Ops series as well. And I never played any of the Acid titles, but I don't think any. I think those are just spin-offs on their own.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spread your wings.
Ah, man, it's been forever since I played this game. Since the last time I tried to play this game, I forgot all the controls again. It's like deja vu all over again, forgetting everything. Though I do remember that in MGS3 I have to have a CQC compatible weapon in order to perform CQC techniques. I think I have to have a CQC weapon equipped before I could do any of the grabs and all that crap.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the
And
virtuous
here we
mission.
go. 20 minutes of
No,
cutscenes.
virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it.
Fox unit.
Succeeds, will be officially organized into a unit.
Now, I have some snacks right here next to me. Specifically some strawberry flavored Hello Panda. Yay! I'm gonna have myself some of that, so if you hear me munching or you hear like the sound of like me opening up a little bag, that's why.
Soviet scientists requested asylum.
Why can't I open this thing?
His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
I'm only gonna be halfway paying attention through this cutscene, folks. I've seen this a billion times, so.
One of the Soviets' top secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
Much bigger in my hands.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles.
Man, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight?
He announced a naval
I don't even
blockade
know.
to prevent further missile
I'm hungry. Damn, it's almost 7 o'clock already.
But the Soviets
Shit.
didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport
I'm gonna wag my finger. I looked off the screen for a second and looked back and I see some guys all wagging my finger.
all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return.
Not gonna lie.
Sokolov.
These Hello Pandas are making me hungry.
Just to get their hands on Sokolov?
Ah,
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea.
he was working on something massive,
We were
Snake.
running out of time.
I'm not pulling that sexually.
Either give up
It's
Sokolov
really
or
massive.
risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting...
You guys thought I was joking, huh? 20 minutes of cutscenes. Nah, he's gotta be bullshitting
We're
me.
talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Those of you that are watching this for the third or fourth time since I've uploaded this,
No,
I
according to our
apologize.
intelligence, he's
I really don't mean to
no
keep
yard.
uploading the same 3-4 videos up at the same time and then,
Oh,
oh, I'm done. I'm gonna go move on to something else. Because all anybody wants to watch is Call of Duty videos
They
nowadays.
moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting...
No,
field
seriously, like I
tests with
uploaded
weapons.
one
Our
Call of
best
Duty
chance of
video
getting
like in the
back.
last
This mission would never have been possible if it was
in the
still
last
under
18
research.
hours and already has more views than all of my other
This is our
videos
last
combined.
chance. Sokolov must have known that too.
That's Call of Duty for you. Oh yes, cutscene's over. Alright. That is a long fall. Come on, Snake, deploy the chute. You bastard.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
There's that chute. Let's get this done.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov,
Get
stand
this
by at the
virtuous
recovery
mission
point. The
done.
recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in
I
time
love
for
that
dinner.
saying. If all goes
If
well.
anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Also, everybody, I'd like to make a note that if everything looks excessively green-ish, that's actually the game. Alright, that's not on my end. It's just like some sort of green filter-ish that they put over the whole thing, so. And yeah, we gotta have the badass stance here. The badass landing. Wow. You just imagine the enemy just standing there like, what the fuck is he doing? Nobody gives a shit. Also, I believe MGS3, I don't know which version. I think it was not the original release. The release that came after that came with a new camera angle. Forget what they called it. Is it on the back of this case? No, it's not. But it basically comes with like a more third-person, over-the-shoulder kind of camera angle, as opposed to the traditional overhead camera angle that the other MGS games have. Then of course the camera angle is translated into freaking MGS4 as well.
Somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
Then again, I could just be blowing shit out of my ass and everything I'm saying is completely wrong, so...
Not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Oh, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Major Tom.
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
I'm completely naked.
Now I see why you asked me if I liked snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack.
Backpack.
I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Alright, we're gonna go get that backpack. Okay, I am 17 minutes into the game, and we finally get control. Yep, I told you, cutscene, 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 lots of cutscenes, so... First off, I'm gonna go up here, Actually, do I have a map? Do I have a map yet? Yes, I do, I have a map. Okay. I want to make sure I don't forget anything. Grab this life med. This is actually a good opportunity for me to get the controls worked out. And cut me some grass. So yeah, CQC is circle. Sneak is directional pad. Camera. Okay. Where am I gonna go now? Let's do some exploring. Is there anything over here? Anything? Nope. Forgot, how do you climb up things? Triangle. It won't let me climb over that. Oh, we got ourselves a snake right there. Alright. Not gonna bother with that. Okay, first things first, we need to get this backpack. Start crawling underneath this. And climb the tree.